Hey guys, Isa here. I'm gonna be doing an unboxing today, and currently I'm listening to Come Back Home. You know, Bangtan cover? Yeah, that one. Hold on just a second. See? Check this shit out. Yo, I'm like so happy that I got this. Hold on a second. I'm missing my knife. Where is my knife? There it is. Yes, stab the damn thing. That's one way to break it. And seriously, this box was like hard to open. I'm just telling y'all now that like this box was like hard to open. Then I kind of like figured out like opened it on the sides because there's like little slits in it, so I was like cutting those open. And after I had gotten that open, I was like, okay, is this gonna open somehow? Yeah, like, see, I'm just like, is this gonna open somehow? Like, what the hell do I do? And then I just said fuck it and ripped open the damn thing. Because I was just like, come on, I want to get in here. There we go, see? Rip the damn thing open. It always works. So, finally got the damn thing open. And I looked inside and oh my god. Like, I felt like heaven was like staring back at me. So anyway, I finally pull out the box for it, and at first I'm just like, what the hell is this thing? And then I read it and I'm just like, oh, okay, it's the box that it's supposed to come in. So I unflatten the box, and I'm like, okay, how the hell does this go together? I look at the bottom, and the bottom was like tricky to put together, guys. Like, I'm not kidding, it was like hard to put together. It took me a good few minutes to put it together. Eventually I did figure it out. Kind of. Anyway. So, yeah, still confused. Don't know what the hell to do. But eventually I get the thing together. At least it stays together. And then I close the top. The top was, I tried to fit it in, and it took a little bit, but it eventually went in. Yay! There, see? Now there's the box it comes in. So then I grabbed this little card thing, and I was reading it, and it was kind of cute. I mean, it was a cute little message. And then see, 5 stars, my dear. I just thought this was so cute. But anyway, so after that, I pulled out this random thing. Like, I still don't know what this thing is, guys. And I was like, what the hell is this thing? I don't know. So anyway, after that, I pulled out the actual part of the Lightstick. And I had pulled out, this little duffel bag, and my god, it was so cute because it had BTS on it and in silver letters, and it was adorable. So anyway, I pulled it up, and I'm like, at first I stuck my hand in, I was like, what the hell is this thing on my hand? And then I was like, oh, okay. So I pulled out the string first, and see, it says BTS on the thing, so I'm just like, okay, I know this goes somewhere, but I don't know where. At the time, I didn't know where it went. But anyway, so then I had pulled out the bottom of the Lightstick. So I'm looking at it, and I'm just like, okay, well, how does this damn thing turn on? I figured it out later, of course. I looked inside, and there was something inside, and I didn't know what it was. But yeah, continuing on. So I looked around, and I was looking around for my knife because I had pulled out the actual Lightstick, and it was wrapped in tape and some kind of like really flimsy material. So anyway, I managed to cut the thing open without actually damaging the ball part of it, and I'd eventually got it free. See? So I'm looking at it and I'm just like, oh man, this is so cool. And I was just like, yo, this will be like so awesome. So anyway, so I'm just staring at it and I'm just like, okay, trying to put the two pieces together, and it just would not work for me. I'm just like, yo, I don't want to push too hard and break the thing. So I'm just like, how the hell do I do this? Anyway, so again, I'm still trying to figure out how to put it in there. Seriously, that thing was hard to put in. So I just like, okay, what the hell do I do? But, you know, it is what it is, you know? So anyway, I had like almost given up at this point, but, you know, I'm still trying to figure it out in my head. It's like, how the hell does this fit in there? So I'm like, okay, do I like turn it? Do I push it? What do I do? And then I had called over my auntie, who was sitting on her bed, and I was like, here, can you try to put this in, please? And I handed it to her, and I'm just like, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I had picked up the thing, and I was playing with it, and then stuck it in my mouth, and then I was looking at the duffel bag. Mainly because I was just staring at my BTS things because I wanted to. And so eventually, she was also having difficulty with it for a while too. And eventually, and I thought it was kind of funny because she was also having difficulty with it. So I'm just like, okay, how the hell do we get this damn thing together? And so at that time, I was just sitting there singing to myself, "Come Back Home." And when I had looked back up, she had finally gotten it together. So I was like, thank you. And so I'm looking at it, and I'm just like, oh man, this is so cool. It's like, okay, and I was like, how do I turn it on? So, and I saw, and then I clicked it. No, I almost clicked it. I was trying to attach that thing first, and I'm like, okay, where does this damn thing go? It's like, I knew that they were on the bottom of them, but I was just like, okay, where does this thing get attached to? So I handed it once again I told her about it, and she's like, okay, give it to me. And so I handed it over to her, and she tied the strap onto the bottom of the Lightstick. And so I'm like, oh, okay, I got you. So I was like, I finally understood, you know? And I'm just like waiting. I'm like, thank you. And so then I was like, wait, that's upside down. So we'd finally gotten the thing together. And so I'm like waiting for the moment of truth to turn it on. And I click it on. No, at first I was looking at the little things inside. I was like, what the hell are these things? So I clicked it on, and nothing happened. And so she's like, it needs batteries. So I'm like, oh damn. So anyway, so I handed it back to her. She went and opened it, and I'm still looking at this thing like, really, what the hell is it? And so she had gotten it back open and said that it needed AAA batteries, 3 of them. So I asked her, I said, do you have any? So I'm looking at it, and I'm just like, okay, it needs 3 AAA batteries. And eventually I did ask her, you know, did you have them? Oh, this thing is addicting. Sorry guys, I'm playing with it. So I was like, do you have any? And she's like, I'll go check. So she goes and heads downstairs and goes to see if she has any AAAs with her, or at her downstairs at her house. So I'm just looking around, like, I'm just like, okay, 1 second. I was going to change the song, but I ended up not doing it because I was just too addicted on Come Back Home. I was gonna change it to Fire, but I'm just like, nah. I looked at this thing and it said BTS on it, and I'm just like, okay, I don't know what to do. Because I was trying to get rid of the line on it. The line sometimes when you hold up things and you're just like, it's not going away. Anyway, so like I said, I was going to change it to Fire, but I never ended up doing it. And so I just started singing the words again to myself, Come Back Home. And Don't ask what part I was on because I really don't remember. So, yeah. Why is that addicting? Oh man. I can't wait to go to an actual BTS concert and use this. So I'm like, okay, what the... So I'm still looking at the battery thing, waiting for it to come back up, so... And then she finally comes back inside, and she has 3 AAA batteries. So, I'm like, okay. So I get the batteries, and I put them in. And then eventually, they're in. So, I go and put the battery pack right back where it was, and I went for the top, but I couldn't get it to fit in there for some reason. I don't know why. I just don't think it likes me. But yeah, so I tried to get it in, so eventually I handed it back to her. I was like, hey, can you put this together? And she had put it back together, and the sound the thing made actually was like very irritating. It was like a high-pitched squeak kind of sound. Like it was not pleasant to hear. And so we had finally gotten it back together, and that was the bright squeak you just saw. So, hold on a second, guys. So, we finally get the Lightstick working, and I am, like, having the time of my life right here. And I turned it on, and it's everything that I've always... And it started, like, change. Each time you click it, the thing changes. And so I had actually looked up, and I had seen that it was, like, reflecting on the walls. And I'm just like, yo, this would be awesome if I actually turned the lights off. But, of course, I wasn't going to say that. So, anyway... So I turned it off again, and then I turned it to the blinking flash that you always see in concerts, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so awesome, yo. I'm just like, I'm happy. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm just like, I can't wait to actually use this at a BTS concert. And she was making faces at me, so I stuck my tongue out at her. So anyway, so, yeah, I'm just really happy that I got my light sticks, so, saranghe anyone. Annyeong!